Hey everyone, this is Louis7, and in this video I want to talk about why I don't usually play betas, and in this I will be referring to betas as just like betas for expansions and major updates, so not like betas for games or stuff like that. I'm particularly dealing with LOTRO here, so basically it'd be like why I don't play betas for update 19, 20, I don't play those. And I want to talk about the Mordor beta and if I may play that or if I may not. And anyway, yeah, that's what this video is going to be on. So the gameplay in the background is not really relevant to this topic because there isn't a beta or anything for me to record. But I'm just running this week's featured instance on my Runekeeper and my seldom played champion. Okay, so I wanted to do this video because the Mordor expansion beta is likely coming soon, possibly Friday. That's just a possible date I saw on the forums, and I have like one major reason that I usually don't play betas, and I also have a few other minor reasons that kind of help compound together for me not really playing betas. But I'll go over the big one at the end and then do the little ones first. So one thing is I don't really mind spoilers about expansions or updates, and I actually do kind of like knowing what's being changed, and I like the theory crafting and building aspects of the game, and you've probably seen that if you've watched any of my build videos lately. What I don't like is experiencing those changes and that kind of makes them seem less significant once the actual game comes out. And I think this is especially true for something like questing and not necessarily theory crafting and gameplay really, but it's still kind of nice to have a fresh look once the game's released of the actual gameplay of a class and testing out new builds. But I do think theory crafting is good during betas. And then the next one is ultimately insignificant, I think, and is actually really necessary to test, but I don't enjoy playing through the issues and potentially broken stuff. It just makes me like really bored, especially if I'm lagging or something. I would just rather have fun like playing a live version than be bored with a bunch of issues, but I do know that is important, and it's just something I don't really enjoy, but I doubt anybody really enjoys it. And also whenever I've played betas, I also get really picky about stuff that I see that needs fixing. I go to like very hyper noticing every little thing, and that it would just take me way too much time to report everything, and maybe that would be something that's different now, but it's at least whenever I played betas before, like I think I played a little bit of the Rise of Isengard beta, any little thing I notice would bother me, and I would think it needs fixing. But I also know in LOTRO there are a lot of weird landscape interactions and barriers, and that would probably frustrate me even more in LOTRO betas at least. So, kind of back on the spoiling experiences, this is going to be the big one I talked about earlier, but it's losing all your progression and work done once the actual live update or expansion comes out, and that kind of leaves no sense of accomplishment to me, and I do think that combined with having already done the content and the experience being spoiled makes it feel like I'm just doing it over again, and it's just not really fun to me to have that happen. And I think this is especially true for questing, where I'm rather picky on the content I enjoy questing. So like what I enjoy in questing is like low levels of LOTRO now and the old World of Warcraft system, what's in Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King now. I don't in particularly like fully streamlined storyline based quests, even though I do know having a good storyline and having the storyline at least streamlined is good. I just don't really like that in questing, and that's why I don't like newer WoW content as much, or didn't really like much of Riders of Rohan, Helm's Deep, and I started liking Rise of Isengard less as it went on and I leveled more alts through it. Yeah, just having that spoiled, and especially if it's the storyline quest, I really only like doing it once because then I just get bored, so there's that part, and I just overall don't like losing all my progression. With the progression, I know like if you're testing instances and stuff, it's not really progression, it's more testing and stuff, and maybe getting to know what your build would be like end game early, which I kind of also like figuring out later too anyway when I level it up regularly. But I also just feel like the general time spent working on beta could be better spent having fun actually playing like a live version of the game and doing something else. So anyway, I am considering trying the Mordor beta at least, and if I did play it, I would try to avoid quest content as much as possible and just maybe like look at some of the more theory crafting and that type of changes, and just like class changes and more changes type stuff than new questing content and stuff like that. I wouldn't mind exploring the landscape or something like that, but basically all the stuff that would, like I said earlier, spoil my experiences or make me feel like my progression and all that just goes away once it releases. So I will, if I do that, I definitely will try to cover some videos on stuff like that. I at least want to do videos on the patch notes, but might as well be in the actual beta when I do that. Just stuff related to that I'll try to do videos on. So that's pretty much it for this video. It's a little bit short, but I do hope you all enjoyed it, and if you agree or disagree with my points on betas, definitely feel free to share your opinion and your opinion on participating in them. Yeah, that's it, so thanks for watching everyone.